Hi guys, welcome to another video with me, Crazy Skin Dog, and this one is my first kind of foray into competitive karting. So I've signed up for the Castle Combe Karting Championship. You'll recognise the place from my last video. We went there for the public Grand Prix a couple of weeks back and had such a good time. Decided that I'd enter their championship for 2021, and there's 8 rounds. Your best 6 rounds are counted, so you only really need to enter 6. So yeah, we're definitely planning on 7. The 8th is kind of dependent on work shifts and things like that. But yeah, had a great day, and we're gonna hopefully enjoy some good racing and see how we go. This event was actually sold out. I was the last entry, driver number 48. So there's 48 drivers at this first round. And yeah, absolutely massive event. We had 4 heats as per the public Grand Prix. However, this time, in order for it to not take the entire weekend, we ended up having 6 kart heats rather than 4. So you'd have 1 start at the front, 2 in the middle, and 1 at the back. And that worked out for me with a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place grid start. The points you scored in your heats, then the same as the public Grand Prix, decided your position for the finals grids. And it worked out with 6 finals with 8 karts in each, and then the top 2 from each final progressed onto the back of the grid for the next final. So every final other than the first one was a 10 kart final, so a lot of karts on track at the same time. Sure to be plenty of action later on there. And I just want to say a big thank you to all the marshals and everybody at the track that helped run the day. It went super smooth. They ran 2 rows of karts, so that whilst one race was out, the next row of karts was being sanitised, prepared to be safe for us. Jump in and your next heat is good to go, just as the one before is finishing. So yeah, fantastic effort by all the guys, no real delays. Managed to cram a lot of heats into the afternoon very efficiently. And we're very fair with all of their judgments and calls and all those sorts of things. As we'll see, they had a lot to do today. I will say the level of contact was a whole other level from the public one. It's yeah, a bit more cutthroat, still pretty fair, but definitely more elbows out, more defending, and the quality of driving was generally a lot higher than the public Grand Prix. So everybody was battling their hardest and pushing. So yeah, lots of good racing in this one. Before the day, I had a kind of 2 expectations. One of my hopeful, going to be over the moon, super happy with, and one that was my more realistic. I won't be upset if I manage that. So my realistic one was top 30. So I'd looked at the entry list and there was a lot of names on there that I recognised, which is bad for me because I've only been karting for just under a year at this point, and 6 months of that's been spent in lockdown. So for me to know some of these drivers, they must be well known, very fast guys, always popping up on the top of the timing charts on the channels that I follow and all those sorts of things. And yeah, so with that, my realistic expectation was a top 30 place. My kind of hopeful expectation was top 20, in the top half to third of the standings, and I'd be happy with that. Obviously, I'd done a 26.49 as my fastest lap in the public Grand Prix, and looking at the times that the other guys were posting in other sessions that were happening, there was the SRK Championship the week before, and the times in there, they were a good second or more quicker than my 26.49. So that's why my realistic was top 30 and my hopeful was top 20. But we'll see how my times did and how I did in the videos to come. So enjoy. So yeah, we just had practice running in the background whilst we go through the intro there. And yeah, it was pretty good. Nice and chill. Managed to get myself some space to just focus on my own lines. Didn't get caught up in any real battles. So we had no retake straight out the first corner on the first lap, and up at this top corner. I was pretty happy with my practice session. Tried a few different things down into the hairpin and settled on just a very quick half tap of the brake, and then back on the accelerator and turn in at the groove across the track there before the hairpin. and the corner at the top of the hill. I was pretty happy with how I was getting that all throughout the day. Really didn't really have too many mistakes up there, not much sliding, under control for most of that. So yeah, was happy with how that was feeling. Once again, no times put up on the screens for the practice sessions, so not sure what kind of times I was doing, but it felt pretty good. Okay then guys, we'll get on into heat 1 and see how my day started. Okay guys, so here we are, heat 1, driving out to the grid, ready. We're starting 5th in this one, our worst start of the day, P5, so looking to maybe gain a couple of places, score some nice points to start the day, settle the nerves, set us off well. Pulling into our grid box there. Eye on the lights, waiting, and there we go. Away we go. We get a good start. 3rd box down a little bit, so we're just going to stay behind him. A little bit bumpy into the hairpin. Looks like guy in 2nd slid a little bit, and that caused like a Constantine effect. Guy on the right dips a wheel into the hole, loses momentum. We're trying to decide we're going to follow the left or the right. Looking like the left, no, going to go the right. Wrong move, he hits the brakes a bit harder than the guy on the left, so we end up just kind of bumping him down the hill. They're fighting, we're going to go through, follow him again. No, pushed wide, well, sent wide, and then we lose his place as well. So yeah, wrong decision at the top, wrong decision in the chicane, but nice cut back on the hairpin there, and trying him space around the chicane. And yeah, we've got P5 back, so up the hill. Let's see if we can just get our heads down, run our lines, and catch the guys in front, maybe salvage a 4th out of this now. Is probably the best we're looking at. So here we go. Taking the hairpin quite nice, not too wide. Yeah, perfect. Not perfect, but as good as I'm doing it at the moment. Up the hill, he looks over his shoulder. I take a look over mine. No one there, so we don't defend, and we catch a good chunk of time. But then poor entry to the chicane section down here, and we lose a little bit of that time that we just gained. So yeah, not the best first race so far. A little bit all over the place. Some good points, some scrappy points, but yeah, we're good that time. Catching up the hill, we're going to look to send. No move that time, a bit too far back, but we do catch some nice time up at the top corner. We get this bottom section, downhill section, a bit better this lap, so yeah, we're eager this time, feeling good about this hairpin. Nice. Now we're just going to follow him up the hill, try and stick on the back of him, see what becomes available at the top corner. He takes a look, he sees we're there, we're going to go for it. He turns in, kind of tough one that. Felt like we were alongside, so entitled to some space, and then he just torpedoes us, and yeah, there we go, sends us in the wall. So I was not happy with that. I tried to keep calm, didn't want to get too angry, only the first heat of the day, but a 6th place. I feel like at the top corner he left the door open to begin with, then once realised I was there, started to try and shut it. I feel like I was mostly alongside, so I feel like that move was tough but fair. And then coming down the hill, he just sends it too hard into the first part of the chicane, and then just doesn't give me space on the exit. So if he'd have just ran a bit wider around the exit, allowed me to go around as well, he'd have probably stayed ahead around the outside and wouldn't put me in the wall and ruined my race. So yeah, fortunately the marshals, as I said in the intro, they were on it all day, so they had a chat about it. They came over and spoke to him. I couldn't quite hear what was said. I think it ended in a penalty, but I was too far back and the engine noise kind of blocks out what they were saying from where I'm sat. But just glad they had a word with him and you know, let him know. And yeah, disappointing start to the day. 6th place, the worst possible start, but let's see how we go from here. So, heat 2, as you can probably see on the screen, has no footage. Because this idiot didn't turn his GoPro off in between heats 1 and 2, And then just before getting into the kart for heat 2, going to turn the GoPro on and nothing happens. So yeah, no video footage for this one. Just to recap the last one, I had a fastest lap of 26.02, so half a second faster than our public Grand Prix, so happy with that, if not with the result. Back to heat 2, no film, didn't take a picture either of the standings after that heat. Yeah, the marshals were too efficient, got the next 2 heats running before I could get back, get my phone and grab a picture. This was my best start of the day, starting P2 on the grid, and I'm gutted that this wasn't on camera because this was an amazing race, a great battle. I can't really remember the start, there's too much going on throughout the day for my memory to be that good, but my pace was good, started second, and Seb, who you probably remember from, or possibly remember from the public event, he came second in that one from 5th on the grid in the final. Thanks for your comments on my previous videos, man. It was good to see you again. And yeah, he was behind me in this heat, and actually I managed to keep him behind until the end of the race. Finished second. He was in 3rd, and he was nice enough after to come up and compliment my pace. So hopefully that means my fastest lap was pretty decent in that one. As I said, I don't know because I was just too excited, and the marshals were too efficient, so I didn't get to check the time. So yeah, heat 2 was a good one. After the disappointment of heat 1, felt really good to get a second, get some real points on the board. So a second and a 6th, you know, maybe we can start to recover into a decent finishing position for the finals. So that's gonna really do it for this first video, I think. It's a little bit of a shorter one because of the no video footage from heat 2, but that gives us our starting point for the day. We've had practice, we've had heat 1 where we had a terrible time, we've had heat 2 where we had a great time. So a bit of a mixed morning, or a bit mixed start to the day, not morning because we started in the afternoon, but a mixed first half of the heats. And yeah, we'll see how the rest of the heats go in the following video. So thanks for checking this one out. I'm going to try and get the next one up pretty much as soon as I can, straight after this one. So yeah, check that one out as well. And thank you in advance for any likes, comments, shares, subscribes, all the good stuff. And see you for heats 3 and 4 in the next one.